if you convert someone, then you need to be able to handle the lead. And that's how we want to structurize today's presentations. So I covered what happens after you had a meeting and you need to send a proposal to a client. And usually it's a quite complex process because in a pipeline, for example, I am using Pipedrive, which you'll see later on. Whenever my deal comes to the stage needs defined after the meeting, then I need to send a proposal. And usually what it would take is to create a presentation, to jump to the Google Sheets, to type down some stuff, to have notes. Right now, obviously, it changes quite fast. But what I came up with is a system that with a click of a button can create a semantically adjusted offer to every client, especially when I am a service-based agency that offers services that sometimes are similar to each other, but contextualized in a client's, let's say, side, the offer should be phrased differently, which will give you a huge advantage during the proposal process. So in here, I have like a test deal. And the only stuff that you need to do is to click this label. You need to change it. We have a couple of different processes, like prepare a contract, discovery needed. So whenever we have the discovery needed, also we have an agent for that. And in this case scenario, we need to create a proposal. The proposal has been created before. So as an example, it's in here. But still, I wanted to show you how the system looks like in a more appealing way, let's say, easier to understand. So the sales process looks like this. We have a lead converted, we are getting a meeting, then we have a needs defined, and we need to send the proposal. The first stage takes 1 to 3 days to generate a meeting. Then same day we are creating the notes, and then how much usually does it take to send a proposal? For us, that was a huge pain in the ass. It took us literally 3 to 4 days. Sometimes the sales processes were such complex that it took us, let's say, a week to send a proposal, where usually whenever right now, let's say in a sales processes, the faster you send the proposal, the better position you have in eyes of your potential customers, and the better the proposal looks like, the higher conversion chances you will have, because your proposal tells your client how you work, how quality your work is, how, let's say, boutique and exceptionally well you are handling your processes. The offer shows you how you do it. So the problem for us was the undelivered promises, clients waiting for the offer too long, standard offer does not always work. That was the problem. Customized offer always takes a lot of time, and transcripts and AI analysis that we relied on previously, where we wanted to create a copy for the offer, created too much noise, unnecessary text, basically slop that added, let's say, 5 pages to the final offer. And that was the problem. So the potential savings that we could generate was a quality work delivered. And you can believe me or not, but whenever we change this process to have it organized in a way that agent can handle it based on our knowledge, our competencies, and our previous offers that we prepared before, we had at least 2 examples right now when people basically told us, okay, guys, we didn't buy your offer right now because this is not the right time to do so. But whenever we will hear that someone needs the offers, your offer process was this good that we will come back because you operated quickly, you delivered, you asked every question that was needed, you handled our context, and you understood our problem. So Net Promoter Score was very highly valued, at least for us, which is the quality work delivered. The second part is increased conversion rates. So we understood whenever there is a time to deliver the offer, the faster you deliver, the higher you are converting, and I have a proof for that later on. So faster lead, faster deal, closed one. If you increase that, you have your potential savings in bank, and you can look better than the competition as well, which is for at least for agencies. I have my own agency, so that's very important for me to look basically better, because people are mostly, they are buying with their eyes. So you need to look very, very good, and you need to be the one that anyone else is being compared to you rather than you are being compared to the best one. So if you have the best offer, the chances that you will be at the top are the higher the faster you send your offer, because the first impression always matter. So these are the potential savings. So what do you need for the system to work? Basically, you need transcripts, you need a like a customer relationship management system, so like a CRM in place, and you need to be able to host this offer. Because if you are creating a custom-based offer, you need to be able to use some tools. The Canva is too complex, doesn't have these options. You can use Google Slides, but it's kind of bulky. You cannot have, you would need to have a lot of templates. It's not very easily, let's say, orchestrated. It's not easily, it's not flexible enough to create a very well-designed offers that look like your website, basically, if you have a good one. So for us, how it looked like for the transcripts and for the CRM, we used Pipedrive, as you already saw. We used Make MCP Toolbox, and we usually are a very leaning towards using the tool stack that you already have. So if you have a tool that recently was the automation-based tool and you cannot use the MCP of your current tool, but they have the API integration or like a native integration, you can create MCP toolboxes within this automation tool. So like Make, Zapier, or whatever else there is. And you can connect it to your Claude, because we are having our agent work in Claude, because we are not that tech savvy. We can do the workflows, but we are mostly working on the existing tools. So we have the Make MCP Toolbox connected. Then we have a Fireflies for transcripts and hosting. We are hosting this via Cloudflare Workers, which is being easily connected to any agent that you can very easily create via the standard LLMs. So how the process looks like. Whenever we have a meetings, we are creating the deal in a CRM, which is being done manually. It takes like 5 minutes. Then we need to add a label, like a proposal, as I showed you. And then we have an agent that covers these tasks. So it analyzes the transcript, it creates a proposal. So it picks, based on the transcript, the best possible proposal or a couple of different proposals that would fit the context of this meeting. And then it is creating the landing page based on a previously defined templates or previously defined structures and copy of the supposed proposal. And later on, the agent adds a note with a proposal, with a link to it, with a password enabled for this client, so that the offer is has this all custom made for you type of feeling. So we have a note for that, so that our sales team doesn't exit the current environment that they're working on. They're relying only on the Pipedrive. They are not exiting the ecosystem. They can work directly from the CRM. If only there needs to be a change implemented, they need to jump to the cloud code to this particular task. But a part of that, there is no need to do so if you have a very good prepared templates before, very good prepared skills for that. So what changed? Before, we had to rely on Google Docs and Canva, Google Docs for discovery brief and Canva for like a design, like a very well-prepared offer. Then after that, we only use CRM plus Claude. Before, it took us 1 to 4 days, usually on average, to deliver offer, depending on the offer complexity. Now it takes us 1 hour. It doesn't matter what the offer looks like. It takes us 1 hour. So the meeting ends and we are the first one in their pipeline of the proposal process. And we are being anyone else is being compared to us in terms of of how fast we are delivering the results. Also, and before, meeting to closed deal and our conversion rates was 19%, and after that we jumped to 29. So it's a huge difference for us. Just so that you have a understanding of how many offers we send per week, it's around 5 to 6. So not that many, but also not that like a small number. So 29% out of that. So think that previously we closed every 5th offer that we sent. Right now we are closing every 3rd. And think of the time that we are saving on preparing these offers. So not only we are spending less time, we are generating more money out of the same process that is being agentized, basically. And I have a proof for you. This is the offer that actually an agent created and produced. And what it does, it added the offer directly to our CRM record, like a deal record. And you can see in here, it's a note where the agent inputted this this offer as a link, as a custom link, which includes the company name, and it's established on this workers.dev, but we also have a custom domain. So our offering structure is also very important. So it's softwarehouse.offer.vanderbilt.org, which is our custom domain, substitute domain, but it still works for the purpose. You also can see that there is a lot of details regarding the client, and here is the offer. You basically input the password, which is a custom for each client. You enter the offer, and in here you can see every custom details that agent added that are aligned with the predefined offer structure that you can see in here. And as we are sliding down, you can have a contact, you can have stages, you have a place that we are implementing for this client, explaining everything that the client touched or we touched during this meeting, explaining what we sell, how we actually run this stuff, what's the schedule, and you can basically have it all as a custom agent, basically running your go-to market processes and your offering processes as a part of your funnel. Everything is custom made. You have active buttons. As you can see in here, I'm showing the Calendly booking page for this client, and this is the offer that was custom made for the client that we had a call with, that it took around 15 to 30 minutes for an AI agent to complete.